Before we head back to school, I decided to share some of my favorite easy go-to recipes for college students in order to prepare them for cooking on their own. First, for breakfast, eggs. Every morning, I make myself scrambled eggs with 2 eggs and 2 servings of egg whites, also known as albumin. It is super easy to make. All I do is crack the eggs and add the egg white proteins to a pan with a little bit of oil over medium-low heat. Oil is key in this process for emulsion, or the combination of 2 ingredients that typically don't mix. Oil is hydrophobic and the water in the egg is hydrophilic. Egg yolks contain lecithin, which is a natural emulsifier, allowing the 2 ingredients to bind together. I continuously stir until the eggs coagulate and are solid but fluffy. When the temperature reaches 145 to 150 degrees Fahrenheit, the bonds holding the protein amino acids of the egg together begin to denature and become tangled, turning the egg from a liquid to a solid. Egg whites are 90% water, so this process allows for the moisture of eggs to be squeezed out and evaporated as the protein web is created. Now, lunch, grilled cheese. All it takes is the buttering of your bread and adding cheese in between. My favorite bread to use is sourdough. A good bonus beyond sourdough's taste is its higher levels of vitamins and antioxidants due to the unique fermentation process. Fermentation is the chemical breakdown of a substance by bacteria, yeasts, or other microorganisms. Fermentation requires a sourdough starter, which is a dough that contains an active colony of wild yeasts and bacteria, such as lactic acid bacteria. Additionally, I always use cheddar cheese for my grilled cheese because I like its sharp taste, and luckily, I'm not lactose intolerant. Did you know that when cheese is made, fermentation occurs once again, and casein, a protein found in milk, begins to coagulate or thicken? Depending on how long you allow this process to occur, you can alter the firmness of your cheese. Then dinner is ground beef tacos. This is super simple because the only thing you have to cook is the beef by adding it to a frying pan with some taco seasoning. Just be sure to avoid cross-contamination when you touch the raw meat, because we don't want other bacteria or microorganisms from the raw beef being transferred to an unintended location. The only way to get rid of the unintended bacteria is to cook the beef. Ground beef is great because it is a complete protein containing all 9 essential amino acids, which can't be made by our own bodies. And now for my favorite dessert, chocolate cake. Make sure when baking cakes you always have a leavening agent such as baking powder so the cake will rise, but don't use yeast, as this is largely used just in breads. Baking powder will cause the cake to rise because when mixed with the flour it releases carbon dioxide gas bubbles that will get trapped by the proteins in the eggs. Another important factor to ensuring the cake rises is by beating the eggs to aerate the dough, but being sure not to overbeat to avoid the air leaving. Another key component of the cake is to use oil instead of butter, because when the flour combines with the oil and water, gluten proteins are created which are elastic. I hope this gives you a few ideas for college meals.